Jerad Spencer, Flair Real Estate, City Council meeting tonight. It's October 17th, 2019. Special meeting that called up. Let's go over what they talked about. It was a special meeting, so we had a few key points that really needed to go over. One of the things, one of the chamber actually has an employee that's working on some of the stuff with the city. They're trying to get more sports teams to come over to stay in Vidor. Now, sports teams sounds kind of random, sounds kind of off, but what we realize is Beaumont has a lot of sporting events going on at a multitude of facilities throughout the year. Let's get some of those people to stay at our hotels over here and just give them incentive. Reduced hotel rate, just give them coupons to local businesses, some vouchers. And the first thought is, well, why would we do that? Why would we give them coupons and vouchers and stuff like that? But the reason why is the city actually gets an occupancy tax from every person and every stay at the hotels. So they get a little bit of money every time someone stays at one of the local hotels. Well, if we bring a whole team over, we get a portion of each of those rooms. So let's get an incentive to those hotels to invite those people over to get a reduced rate, because we make a little bit of back up. Now, when a team comes over, what else do they need? Well, they need to eat. They're probably going to go shop, do some stuff at Walmart, pick some stuff up, eat at our local places, maybe get fuel. All that stuff creates revenue for the city. What does the city want? The city wants more revenue. So let's give an incentive and invite those people over to our town that may not have thought about Vidor before. So they gave a little update on what they were doing and how they were doing with that, and that's a really good thing. Now they cut back because the hurricane hit, so it changes that dichotomy and the availability of hotel availability. But they're going to pick it up beginning at the new year, and I think it's a really, really great idea. They started talking about a process for amending the availability of people camping inside the city limits. Why would we stop people from camping inside the city limits? Sounds ridiculous. Well, it's not, because they're not really campers. They're not, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, and let's go have some fun. It's they're camping at businesses. They're camping on abandoned properties. They're camping where they shouldn't be, private property where they shouldn't be there. So the city made a little ordinance and a change to help get them to stop those people, where the police can actually get them to pack up, move, arrest them, cite them, give them a citation, a misdemeanor fine from between $200 to $500 there. Now, there are some variances, if it's a nonprofit organization, because right now we have people in campers in parking lots, in churches, and they're permitted, they're allowed to be there. So there is a variation, and if it's a normal situation or normal circumstances are understandable, you can get a permit from the city. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, but it basically gives that permission, and it helps get some of the riffraff camping up underneath the bridge. We all saw them driving through, at the old crawfish shack. Helps get them gone as well. Now, crawfish shack, you remember all those people that were there? If you've got a business and you haven't filled out the paperwork with the police department about the no trespassing, you need to find out about that. Check on the Vidor City website or the police department, or contact me. I'll get you the documents. And you post a little printed no trespassing, and it allows the police to get those people off of your property after hours without having to contact you. It's something you need to have done. Now, another thing, a little more serious. The city had applied for some grant money for some projects. Those projects were on OST, Alamo, and a Terry Gully retention pond. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that project money is going to come through for those projects. So the city actually has about $1 million in budget match for that. Well, rather than lose the money and not do projects, they're going to try to reappropriate that money to other projects. I think Archie and LG and some of those other projects going on. So that way they can maximize. So now we get a little bit better done, or some other stuff. They have to use projects that are already submitted for this. Those things just get to be done to a higher degree. So that's actually beneficial. But unfortunately, Alamo, OST, and the Terry Gully retention just didn't qualify for that stuff. We believe, not 100% sure yet, but it's looking that way. And that's with one of the associates. I'm sorry, I didn't remember. Belinda Smith, Trailer, and Associates. Those are the lawyers working on that grant money. and they gave a little presentation tonight about what's going on. So that's really good. Also, they're also working on grant money for damage from Imelda. You know, obviously, if we have pictures and things proving that it was flooding and damage, drainage and destruction from roads or whatnot due to Imelda, there's going to be grant money that's available. You know, we're a disaster area. FEMA's funded, or FEMA has us as a disaster area, so they're going to have grants and stuff. Just don't know what they are. But as soon as they know what they are, they're going to apply for those grants and try to get some more money for the city. Remember, the city has to have a match amount to be able to qualify for those projects. A percentage match, and they'll find out the percentage match. So that's why it's good for the city to always keep some extra in reserve, because it affords them and allows them to take advantage of money that's out there time. Now, winding down, getting back down to the last little bit, they're also talking about a consideration of possible adjustments to the boundary areas for the reinvestment zones. Now, I believe Vidor has 5 zones for reinvestments. Some we talk about low-income areas or depressed areas, but it's broken up to 5 zones, and they were looking at changing. I talked to the mayor, and the mayor's going to give me a little bit more information and definition of why we have 5 zones and what the different zones are. And actually, look right here. I'm going to try to post a should be a map. I'm going to pop that map up right there, so that way you can kind of see what zones they are. And when she gets me that information, I'm going to go ahead and forward that along and do a video about that. Also, we have got a video coming out about the drainage meeting that happened in Turning Point Church the other night. Got probably one coming out tomorrow with that to learn. So, but that's what happened at the Vidor City Council meeting on October 17th, 2019. Guys, if there's questions, concerns, please comment, like, share, and let me know what your thoughts are. Guys, have a great day.